Good morning. Welcome to Rally Mexico 2019, third round of the FIA World Rally Championship, and we're at Shakedown. It's Thursday morning, just gone 10 o'clock here. Temperatures are pretty high outside already. We're getting our first glimpse of what Rally Mexico has to offer us. Alongside me is Emmer Penland. Morning, Ems.
Morning, everybody. Yeah, very excited to be here. This rally seems to kick up more drama than any of the others for some reason, and I can't wait to get going. But here we are on Shakedown. Nice short one. No, it's a 5.3K, this one. Very typical of the rally. They've used this as a stage in the past, so yeah, it's a great stage for the drivers to go and acclimatise on this rally.
And acclimatisation is certainly what it's all about. Our highest altitude event on the championship calendar, and certainly the hottest. There's the order, the Drivers' Championship order, road order that we have today. So we've already had Tänak through. This is Neuville, who's second in the championship, second on the road for us. Ogier, third on the road, probably the lowest he's been on the road coming into Rally Mexico in his entire career. Normally he's the man sweeping right at the front.
Tänak's going to be sweeping here, though, isn't he? And I'm just hearing in that Tänak is stopped 4.5Ks into this stage. It's only Shakedown, remember? So no big deal. Could be any sorts of issues, but I'm sure we'll find out what's going on there very shortly. Thierry through.
Now, it has been a consistent start to the season for Neuville so far. Let's switch then to our world champions, defending world champions, Sébastien Ogier and Julian Ingrassia. 4 wins here at Rally Mexico over the years, so they know how to do it. But the first time that we'll see Seb in the Citroën C3 here, of course. Citroën have a massive pedigree in Mexico, 7 wins out of the 14 events that have been run here. Good odds.
Pretty good, but as you say, first time here for Ogier on the gravel in the Citroën. But this was his first rally 11 years ago, 2008. So
in the junior championship,
and he's won it 4 times himself. So his confidence is going to be pretty high. But he's already said he loves it here. He loves this rally.
He loves the challenge that it has to offer, the atmosphere, which of course you'll be able to see a little bit later on. WRC Plus all live in action all weekend, and we kick off tonight at possibly one of the best ceremonial starts and opening stages of the championship for the atmosphere alone. Guanajuato, so make sure you tune in for that. Okay, we were hearing that Tänak obviously had stopped in the stage, so just keep an eye as we watch on board here of Ogier. Let's see if we can pick up Ott. But Neuville, our first man to complete the shakedown stage this morning. Time of 3:58.3 for Neuville. That's our first time on the board. Last year's quickest time through Shakedown was held by Chris Meek and Paul Nagel with a 3:41. Ah, there we go. This is a bit of a replay then. So that is Tänak at the side of the road there that Neuville is passing. Remember, Tänak's our championship leader coming into this event, first on the road. No indication as to why he is stopped there at the moment. We're trying to get in contact with the team, and as soon as we hear anything, we will let you know. But a bit of drama on the opening, well, the shakedown stage this morning.
But that car was parked, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's not an off, so obviously some sort of issue with the car. He's pulled over just to try and resolve it, or he's been told to pull over, possibly, by his engineers, if they flagged something up. As we said, it's only Shakedown, early doors, so rally hasn't actually started yet, so they don't want to create any unnecessary problems by running a car that might not be entirely healthy, but we'll soon find out what's going on.
More news on that then as we get it. Now, as Em said at the top here, this shakedown stage, massively representative of the rally. It used to be run as part of a stage a few years ago. This is Chris Meek, a man who knows how to win here. Great win on the board for him, of course, back in 2017. 3rd overall last year. We spoke to him last night, very relaxed, really looking forward to seeing what the Yaris can do in these conditions. And a lot of talk this weekend about the altitude, of course. We'll come back to that in just a little while. Let's hear from Sébastien Ogier, though, with Molly Pettit, who's at stage end for us.
Seb, good morning. A water splash causing some problems for the guys in front of you. Were you able to have a clean run?
Water splash. Ah, okay, I didn't know what was the reason. For us, it was running smoothly, so yeah, so far so good.
So far, so good for Seb then, but see maybe that water splash causing an issue for Ott, which Molly was alluding to there.
Sucking in some water, that's not great.
Back to Chris Meek then and Seb Marshall. Seb Marshall celebrating his 50th WRC event here in Mexico. And this partnership working well so far. Spoke to Chris and Seb yesterday about it, and they said everything is smooth sailing right now. Seem to be getting on well, even on the road sections. The music choice is going down well between the both of them, which is always important. Long road sections sometimes here on the WRC. Now this is our first glimpse of action. Of course, this is the shakedown stage Thursday morning here in Mexico. One of the water splashes. I think there is a couple on this shakedown test. This is just a glimpse of the action that you'll be able to see throughout the weekend on WRC Plus All Live. Temperatures forecast to be above 30 degrees every single day here in Mexico. It's a real challenge. Okay, there is Tänak, still parked at the side of the road. You can see that is not too far away from that water splash. This is just another replay. You can see him on the right-hand side of the screen.
He's not going anywhere. That car will have to be recovered, I think, after shakedown. That's probably it, I'd imagine, for Ott. But there's no question they'll get that car up and running for the rally start tonight.
I said it, and as soon as we get some more definitive information from the team as to what has happened out there, we will let you know. If not within this program, then keep an eye on all our social media channels throughout the day as well. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
No drama for Chris in that stage, unlike 2017, and who can forget the car park incident? Winning the rally.
Well, no one's ever going to let him forget it, that's for sure, are they? 3:51.4 then, quickest time through on the shakedown test here at Rally Mexico for Chris Meek and Seb Marshall. They're pulling into the stop area now. This is where Molly Pettit is ready with some questions for our boys this morning.
Chris, good morning. Shakedown already offering up a bit of drama for your teammate Ott in there. How did you get on?
Yeah, I seen him parked up, but incredibly slippery. It's always a wake-up call, you know. No power at the altitude, really slippery conditions, so yeah, tricky first pass.
You know, you generally hear it from the drivers. They come back into service after a few runs of shakedown and they're kind of scratching their heads. Is there an issue? Is there a problem with the car? No, it is purely the effects of the altitude zapping the engine power. Let's listen in to Janne Firm here for the notes for Esa-Pekka.
Vasenlaita nyt pirun pitkä oikein täys, jatkuu pitkä nyppy oikein täys, siinä on kirraa yli suppu, 150. Lyhyt oikein helppoa, 121, vasen, nopee, aukee, kirraa, joki, älä.
Esa-Pekka on the podium, of course, in Sweden just a few weeks ago.
Vasenlaita.
Hasn't got a huge amount of experience in a World Rally car here. He's only done it once, and that was last year.
Not his favourite rally either, this one, is it? Struggled last year, went off the road, and if you remember, he just couldn't get back on, went down a steep bank, and that was the end of the rally for Esa-Pekka, so hoping for better luck this year.
He sounded confident yesterday, said they had a good test, he felt good in the car.
Again, first time in the Citroen on the gravel. That's Tänak. Not wearing his yellow lenses today, Bex, is a disappointment.
Absolutely, but he is growing a little bit of a beard and a moustache, everyone. That may be his Rally Mexico look, we're not sure. Good morning to everyone then who is watching us on Facebook this morning. We want to know your 1, 2, 3s for this event. Who's going to take that top step of the podium here? Who's got the best road position, do we feel, coming into Rally Mexico? Let us know your thoughts by leaving a comment down below. Could it be this man who is making his way for the win this weekend? All kicks off this evening with that spectacular street stage, which will be live on WRC Plus or live. I'm finding it pretty difficult to predict a 1, 2, 3 for any event now. It's so close between everyone, isn't it?
That's what makes this so good. This rally could be anybody's. Esapeka seems happy enough though, doesn't he?
So far, so good. Let's have a look at his time through the stage then. Third fastest so far, 3:53.1. It's Meek who's the quickest.
EP, good morning. Only one previous start here in Mexico. How confident are you feeling about this one?
Well, I know that Citroën has been always strong here, so I think we should have the machine to perform well, but I'm not so confident on myself, so I'm not expecting huge things, but if we can do a consistent job, I think it will be a good result in the end of Sunday.
Sunday a long way off as yet. Quick update for you on Ott Tänak. We're hearing it's a sensor issue for Ott Tänak.
That's good news, I'd say. No water in the engine then. Sensor easily replaced.
Now, Mr. Evans, we saw some great times from him coming through in Sweden. 3 faster stage times back at Rally Sweden.
Slight left, 50 brakes, narrow 7 left in.
Fabulous shots from this onboard camera. Now, M Sport with a bit of a, well, they've got an aerodynamic advancement this weekend. Dive planes have been, well, they're there. You had a look at them last night.
I did, yeah. Basically, it's on the front bumper. If you imagine the shoulders of the front bumper, they're convex, as most cars, but they're now concave, so they dip in as dimples, left and right, just above the splitter. And it's a small change. It doesn't look like much, but apparently it gives a significant advantage. So
more downforce efficiency.
Crest, very sudden, 7 right minus of a crest.
Small gains, but they all help.
Now, Elvin didn't really have a fair crack of the whip here last year. Quite a big roll. Remember, Dan Barrett, his co-driver back then, was concussed after that. They couldn't complete the event. He's got a good road position coming into this rally. Can he make the most of it? Now, we're getting 1, 2, 3s in from lots of you out there who are watching. Good morning to everyone on Facebook this morning.
Open, 3 left, long of a crest.
Elvin safely through, 4th fastest, 4.3 slower than Chris Meek.
Let's have a look at some of your 1, 2, 3s while we wait for Elvin to head down to Molly. Leroy Mill saying Meek to win, Ogier 2nd, Neuville in 3rd. Marius says Meek to win, Neuville 2nd, Ogier 3rd. Zhao says Ogier to win, then Meek, then Ott. Gianni says Neuville to win, Ogier 2nd, and Tänak in 3rd position. Lots of combinations. Will we see a surprise winner this weekend? Who knows? Let's find out how Elvin is feeling this morning. How are those aerodynamic advancements, Elvin?
Elvin, good morning. Noticing a little bit of difference to the front of the car. How are you feeling that on the shakedown?
Yeah, okay. It was very, very slippery, actually. A bit more slippery than expected, but okay.
Can you tell us the changes to the front aero?
It's very settled, to be honest, but obviously every little bit helps. So obviously the guys are working to find every little bit, so hopefully it'll give us something.
We'll find out during the weekend. Elvin Evans slots in with a 3:55.7. which is 4th fastest out of 5 drivers who completed the shakedown test here at Rally Mexico, as we switch to Hyundai and to Andreas Mikkelsen now and Anders Jaeger. Now, 5th Rally Mexico start for Andreas. Best result, 3rd. That was back in 2015. 4th here last year. But great road position coming in. He's 8th overall in the championship. And Friday is the crucial day. You want to get an astounding road position moving into Saturday.
I think all the drivers said last night, didn't they? If you haven't got a very good road position on Saturday, you may as well go home.
Somebody did say that. I can't remember who it was, but you may as well get your flight home on Saturday morning if you haven't got a good road position.
But Andreas was pretty confident last night. They've had a good test, haven't they, in Almere?
John Armstrong, the esports world champion, has given us his 1, 2, 3. Let's see how good you really are then, John Armstrong. Meek to win, he says. Ogier in 2nd and Latvala in 3rd position overall. I'm not seeing any, at the moment, kind of out there 1, 2, 3s. No one's really mixing it up. We're going with a lot of the, the top 3 guys. I'm putting a bet on a bit of a surprise winner here in Mexico. Okay, Andreas and Anders then approaching the stop control. Heading down to Molly. We'll hear from Andreas and then we'll be heading into the service park here in Leon. After we've heard from Andreas, of course. Just having a quick look through their notes. You can see the 89 on their helmets. Team 89, because they're both born in 1989.
Anders just making some tweaks, I think, to the notes there.
Yeah.
Good time for Andreas. 0.1 off the pace.
Yep, 2nd quickest so far on the 1st run of our shakedown stage here in Mexico.
Andreas, good morning. Back to the gravel and back to the heat. How did you find the 1st run on shakedown?
It was okay. We on the safe side. We're just testing the setup a bit running a bit too high, so we'll lower the car. But the car feels quite nice to drive.
What are you aiming for this weekend?
We're aiming to fight at the top for sure.
Okay, let's head now down into the service park with Kiri and Tom Fowler.
All right, can you update us with what's just happened with Ott?
Yeah, so Ott stopped in the shakedown at the moment. Unfortunately, he's lost one signal to one of the sensors that's required to run the engine. We think we know what's wrong and that it's no major problem, but we're going to recover the car, bring it back here and check everything carefully before we go back to shakedown again. So we're confident that there's no major issue, but we just want to check.
Perfect, thanks.
Thanks.
There we go. It's a sensor issue. Obviously, they don't want to continue to run the car just in case. So back it comes. They'll have a good look at it. As Tom said, they're pretty confident they know what's going on. More updates throughout the day, of course.
Yeah, they're going to struggle to get it out to there. That's the problem during shakedown. So they'll do well to get it out and fixed and back for Ott to have a run, I think. But it obviously happened after the water, so I don't know, maybe electrical short, water getting into the electric somewhere, who knows? Could be any number of reasons, but there he is, parked up. That's Ott Tänak, our championship leader. Shakedown, Rally Mexico.
Latvala, previous winner of this event, 2016, is when he took the spoils here. Difficult event for him last year. It was alternator failure, had to come back under the restart rules. Bit of a change there to some notes.
Jari looking very relaxed there, isn't he?
Let's have a look at that time on the board then, see what it's like from Latvala. So 4th quickest for Jari-Matti, 3:53. So 1.6 down on the fastest time, which has been set by Chris Meek this morning so far. It is, remember, just the first run of our shakedown stage this morning. This is a great opportunity for the guys to work on the setup, make sure everything is right, that they're happy with the way the car is feeling ahead of the rally getting underway this evening.
Jari-Matti, your 13th Rally Mexico start. What is it you love about this place?
Well, it's feeling is good. This is always challenging rally. This is a rally where you can drive fast, but you have to be also careful some of the sections, you know. There's still hard places for the car, so finding that balance, you know, with the speed is so important.
What are your thoughts when you see Tänak stuck in the stage?
Okay, we knew that he had a problem, something technical issues with the car, so it wasn't a surprise, you know, for me when he was back on the road. So we knew it before we started.
Very wise words from Jari-Matti Latvala there. He's competed here many times in Rally Mexico. He knows what it means to stand on the top step of the podium, but he also knows what it means to get your way through it. It's a huge challenge, this event. See the suspension working there.
That's an incredible shot showing the suspension travel, the setup for these cars for this event. Very rough here, of course, but the speeds are incredible, and that suspension can deal with it.
Now, Teemu Suunanen, what can he do here at Rally Mexico? He led the rally, remember, for the first time in his career, led overnight in Sweden at the end of day one. It was a special performance by him then. Consistently fast, confident. Can he bring that here to this tough gravel event? He has won this event previously.
He has indeed.
That's back in WRC 2 though, slightly different beast, but still.
Yeah, still a win's a win in the Skoda R5. And he doesn't have the aero update that Elvin's got on his car, just Elvin having the new bumper for this. Good to compare data from both cars.
Great to see your comments on Facebook. Keep them coming, guys. Eric Santos saying conditions similar to Kenya from looking at some of the images coming in. Zlin SS1. Rally Zlin, you ever been there? I've been there, it's a great rally. Suspect the winner will be the one who can manage to finish without punctures, without overheating, without water splash stalls. Lots of hazards to avoid here in Rally Mexico, of course. And Mikael is asking us for our 1, 2, 3 M's. You know, I'm asking you guys for 1, 2, 3 out there. I'm putting you on the spot. Haven't made up my mind yet. What about you, Emma?
Well, my number one as a proud Welshman is a given with Elvin. I think he's going to go well here. I really do. He's got brilliant road position. And then you'd be a brave man to bet against Ogier. He's got some class and he's got loads of experience here. And then I think Chris has got a point to prove as well. So that's my 1, 2, 3. Evans, Ogier, Meek.
I'm still thinking. I'll get back to you guys. Suunanen then comes through with a 3:55 exactly. So that's 6th quickest through the first run, out of a total of 8 drivers through. Let's hope we can see the kind of performance we saw in Sweden from Teemu here, mixing it up with the guys right at the front.
Teemu, a bit of damage to the front splitter. What happened in there?
I didn't know. Maybe water splash or something, but it was okay.
We saw some great stuff from you in Sweden. What can we expect to see here this weekend?
Yeah, let's see what we can do here. Sweden was really, let's say, good Friday for us, but unlucky. Clearly we didn't get any points, so let's try to do something similar here, but the conditions are fully different, so difficult to say anything how we can manage.
Well, we'll start to get our first view of it this evening at Super Special Stage 1, the street stage in Guanajuato. And welcome back to the WRC Danny Sordo. 160 WRC starts for him here. He's been keeping himself fresh. He was competing in the Hyundai R5 in Portugal. He won that event. We spoke to him yesterday and he said it was interesting being out of the car and watching, you know, from the sidelines effectively, being able to help the drivers. He sounded like a team manager when we spoke to him last night. He said he learned a lot from the outside in.
Absolutely. It gives him a whole different perspective, doesn't it? When you're in the car, you miss so much of what's going on around. So, yeah, he enjoyed that. But went well here last year, didn't he? He was leading on Friday night, if you remember. Loads of experience here as well. I think he's done this one 10 times. So,
and he's gunning for the top step of the podium. I remember, yeah, last year was brilliant for him. At the end of the opening day, he was in lead. A little bit unfortunate on the Saturday here for Dani Sordo, but we could expect some good things from Dani and Carlos this weekend. But it is fantastic to have them back in the championship. And there we go, their first run at Shakedown done and dusted. I have a message from Steph. He says, will you please broadcast the Shakedown live on Facebook for all the rounds? Go on then, Steph, we will. Just for you, we will. There we go. That is Martin Järveoja, that's Ott's co-driver. Maybe heading to get some water. You know, they've got to stay with, one person's got to stay with the car while they wait for it to be recovered. Maybe he's trying to find some water for them while they wait. Martin is running down towards the stop control now, though. And we'll hear from Dani Sordo with Molly at the stop control. And we're going to hear from him in Spanish as well as English.
Dani Sordo, welcome back. It's great to see you. How are you feeling? Excited about the weekend?
Yeah, a little bit stressed. Was difficult first pass, and yeah, a little bit careful some places. It's not easy.
Can you give us a word in Spanish for your fans?
Bueno, la verdad es que la primera pasada, bueno, no hemos ido muy bien. La verdad es que es difícil meterse otra vez en la película y bueno, un poco la instalación del coche y todo, y bueno, esperemos que ahora vaya un poco mejor.
Muy bien, Dani Sordo. Right, okay, not a car coming into the stop control, but a running Martin Järveoja in the distance there, you could see. And this is the service park, a few shots here, people starting to come in. They'll be able to watch the cars as they come back into service. And that's our stage classification so far from the first running of Shakedown. Chris Meek with the quickest time through, then it's Mikkelsen, then Ogier, Latvala and Lappi. Our top 5 quickest drivers through on the first run of the Shakedown stage this morning here at Rally Mexico. A little glimpse into what we'll see throughout the rally. Let's head back then to the stage end of Shakedown. We're going to rejoin Molly. And yeah, I believe we may be having a word with Martin Järveoja, who's about to cross the finish line of the Shakedown stage. Let's see what kind of time he's set on that run. Here he comes. Ah, brilliant stuff.
Martin Järveoja, you are running up here in the altitude in Mexico. Something happened on stage. Tell us.
We don't know exactly. Car just stopped, so we have to. I go and give the thought up for the engineers, and then we can see what's wrong.
But it was something through the water splash?
No, it was just on the straight. I go.
Well, thank you so much, Molly, Bex, Emir. Joining me down in the service park here in Leon at Rally Mexico is Julian Porter. 21 stages of action to happen over the next 4 days. Julian, it's hot down here and it's only going to get hotter.
Yeah, and the drama's already started, hasn't it, with Ott having that issue. It's not what he really needs. The team seemed quite relaxed about it. If it was a rally situation, we've heard from the team that they would have attempted to get it going. But Shakedown situation, let's just bring it back, make sure it's all right. Martin's done a fair walk there to get to the end, but not sure whether it's a fuel situation, fuel sensor, electronic sensor, but they're not really telling us, but it's stopped.
Indeed, they're keeping very tight-lipped about Ott Tänak, but very relaxed down here at Toyota, saying it'll be an easy fix once they're down here, so feeling very confident about that. So Shakedown just done and dusted. Some fast times set by Chris Meek, then Andreas Mikkelsen and Sébastien Ogier. That's our top 3 in terms of Shakedown. So let's have a look at the schedule as it happens. All live, we'll be bringing you all of the action as always. So our first stage tonight will start at around about 8:08, but we will be on air with you from about 7:30. 8:30, bringing you all of the action. Then we head into Friday morning. We'll be on air from around about 9 o'clock. First stage around about 10:15, and then it is all go. 2 very, very busy days, Friday and Saturday. We have got an enormous amount of stages to get through. It's going to be a busy, busy Rally Mexico. And the temperature, the altitude, all of the usual things are going to throw in all of the usual jeopardy, Julian.
Yeah, it's a really challenging event. First gravel round of the year, the heat, the altitude, really, really difficult. But the start tonight is the best start ceremony in the season.
Okay, well, the start tonight, as Julian said, going to be epic as always. Make sure you join us on All Live. That's it from us here on Facebook Live. We'll see you a little bit later on. Good morning, Rally fans. How are you? Welcome to All Live.
This is Sébastien Ogier.
All Live is the best thing to happen to this sport since Colin McRae passed his driving test.
We've had live TV before with rallying, and you have it maybe once a weekend or twice a weekend, but All Live's every single stage, 30 hours of footage on a rally weekend. You just can't get enough of it as a rally fan.
Now you can watch that stage and you can watch as the drama unfolds. We get into the service park, we get behind the scenes, we get interviews that you may not get. This is a new generation of watching rally as it happens. You live and breathe every moment.
WRC Plus, All Live.